Hello guys, I'm Carla Morton from Metal Wani. I'm here with Michael from Dark Tranquility.
Heyo.
Welcome back in Romania.
Thank you.
So, how are you?
I am good. I'm happy. Glad to be here. Took some time. We had a rough, very long drive here. We arrived super late, but it's all good. The weather is nice. The beer is cold.
Equilibrium, but tonight they aren't with you. What are the reasons?
Well, Equilibrium is on a cruise ship on the way to Mallorca and back. They were scheduled before this tour got confirmed, so they had to kind of leave. So they went for a few days on this fucking Caribbean cruise. Not Caribbean, but cruise. And they're coming back, I think, tomorrow or day after or something like that. So, but it's been great having them. Really cool guys, a great band, and yeah, it's weird. Like the bus is empty. It's strange. I hope they're having a good time on the cruise.
No more team vocals. Why this decision?
It just comes from the songs. I think I think the songs were written in a way that kind of lend themselves to a different approach. It's a I don't know, like the theme of the album, like the whole mood of the songs, I think kind of benefits from some different vocals. So it's just out of need for the song, necessity rather. It's not something that we plan in advance. It's just like this is what will work best for this kind of song.
And you also got the new lineup. How is the tour with this new lineup?
It is really awesome. Like Johan joined us first. Anders joined us like 2 years ago, and he's amazing. He's one of my oldest friends, and he's one of the best guys in the world. And then Johan joined, is it a year and a half ago or something like that, first. And we didn't know him that well, but we worked together. Like we collaborated on songs, and we kind of Nicholas knew him from before, so we kind of like, let's try that out, see if it works. And it worked fantastically well, and he's amazing. And then we asked Chris, who we knew before, because we toured with Arch Enemy back in the day and that kind of stuff. But he lives in New York now, and maybe he wasn't that interested. But so we just said, let's do one like a summer festival run together. And it worked out so well that we was like, hey, you want to continue doing this? And, so I couldn't be happier. I think the band sounds better than ever. Of course, it's weird, not having Nicholas and Martin there, because that's the way it's always been. But I'm getting used to it, and I really love how it makes me, Anders, and Martin really kind of step up, because we have to be better as well now because of these incredible guitar players and bass players. So I love it. I really do. It's fantastic, and it's great to get to know and reacquaint yourself with people in this way, and touring together has been just a blast.
Are you going to release a new album this year? And if yes, on what direction you will go this time?
Not this year, no. It's going to be next year, hopefully. Now the idea, we're going to keep touring this whole year. First summer festivals, and then another year American tour, then Asia and Australia, I think. So starting next year, we're not going to have that many tours lined up, so we're going to kind of, hey, let's get creative again and start writing. So, but we have no idea what direction. We'll see what happens.
So what importance has the Swedish death metal and melodic death metal to the music globally?
I don't know. It's hard for me to be the judge of that, but of course I've seen how influential it has been. I meet so many fans and also other bands who kind of grew up listening to our music and to At Gates and In Flames and things like that, and it's amazing. It's hard for me to fully grasp that, because the way I view the bands that I love, the bands that I grew up with, is with like, oh shit, this is the best thing ever. Like for me, like Creator, Halloween, Blind Guardian, those kind of bands were the bands that I grew up with when I was 14, 15. So I still have, even though I know those guys a little bit, it's still weird for me because they are still my heroes, So having other bands and people look to us that way is impossible for me to fully grasp, and fully understand. But of course I'm really proud of the fact that started something that was at the time considered very strange and weird and too different to be cool. I think we like for us we figured we want to take death metal to a different place, and we want to try incorporating other stuff that we found interesting and made more sense to us. And when our first album came out, it was like, hey, what the hell are you doing? This is not death metal. Like, what's up? And that just made us want to do it even more, you know. And instead of changing, we stuck to it, and we kind of refined our sound. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, and I'm really proud of all my friends as well in all the other bands who successfully made it. But it was not by compromising or taking notes from anyone else. It was just like, hey, this is what we love, this is what we grew up with, this is the kind of music that we feel very strongly about, and that just stick to our guns, and hopefully people will follow, and they did.
Now, from your point of view, how do you see the death metal scene in the 90s comparing to nowadays?
Wow. For me, when because I was 15, 16, something like that, you know, in early 90s, when it all kind of happened, you know. And I remember hearing like Morbid Angel demos before the first album came out, and I was blown away by it. Death and Sadist and Atheist, those kind of bands that were hugely influential to me. But at the same time, I didn't think it was going to be a thing. So I remember thinking like, is any of these bands going to release a second album, or is this just a thing right now and then it will just go away? But of course, it just happened. But it was exciting, and it was very. It felt like you were in on a secret, you know. It was like our group of friends, like us in the band, and also Anders Ivers and Thomas from At the Gates and Anders Jonas from At the Gates. Like, we were just friends who hung out and listened to this weird music that no one else knew about, and it became very important and special to us, you know, just because it was so unique and so strange and weird. But then it kind of blew up. That was really cool. So compared to now, it's the excitement. I think it's what I'm kind of missing. Like, I don't get it. I get excited by bands, of course, but death metal is not that weird anymore. You know, it's something that everyone can get into. And now there are 200 million bands everywhere, and which is cool because that creates diversity. It creates, you know, cool kind of offshoots of the genre. You know, you incorporate whatever folk or other instruments, whatever. You can do anything within the genre of death metal, and I think that's really cool. You know, like finding cool metal bands all the time. You know, every week, you discover something new, and you just have to look up. Whereas in the beginning you had to look for, because there were only a finite amount of bands, and you had to kind of struggle to find an album, you know, order from America or order from Germany, whatever, especially in Sweden. It was difficult to find music. Now everything is accessible, obviously, and things have changed because of that.
Yeah, well, but I want to also ask, what do you think about these online platforms like Spotify, Google Play, that people download the music?
I mean, as a music lover, I love it. I use Tidal, which is like the little hi-fi version of Spotify. And I can find all the music I want there. It's amazing. So when I go to a record store, I could, instead of like, hey, can I listen to this record? I just put in my headphones and listen to it. Oh, that's good. I'll pick it up. You know. And the only thing, I think it's too cheap. It should be more expensive, because then they could actually reward the artist for it. You know, because you don't. Sure, you do make money from digital streams, but it's nothing compared to the physical sales of the record. So that the business model is flawed, I think, but the service is fantastic, you know. But I would pay 3 times what I pay for Tidal, for instance, because I think it's so great, but I also want to support the artist. That's why normally if there's an album I like, I'll go out and buy the vinyl, because I know that will give money back to the artist, and that's how I support music. But I think it's of course. I mean, it's not going to stop. It's not going to. I mean, this is it. This is how you consume music now. But I love the resurgence of vinyl at the same time because it's kind of like a counteract to digital and streams. So I love the combination of both. I love putting on a record at home, watching the cover, reading the liner notes and reading the lyrics. But at the same time, I love the convenience of just like having every music in the world on my phone.
I ask you this because some of the even great metal bands complain that digital and online music have destroyed the metal scene and people not buying music anymore. It's kind of true, but it's technology.
It hasn't destroyed it. It has changed it, obviously. And if you're a band who used to depend on sales to kind of make a living, then yeah, you're screwed, But it just means that every band has to go out and tour if they want to be, make some money. So, which is a good thing for bands who like it, like us. We love touring, so this is good. I don't mind. It's fun. But at the same time, it creates a lot of competition because sometimes there are 5 tours that are competing for the same kind of crowd. You know what I mean? So every band has a tour, and then so that can be a problem sometimes. And for me, it's weird. Living in Gothenburg, sometimes there are 4 or 5 shows every week that I want to go see, and I just don't have the time. It's crazy. Like how do I? And sometimes there are 3 shows on the same day in different venues, just because everybody has a tour. So that's the downside of this. But I shouldn't complain. It's a luxury problem.
Also, in Dark Tranquility, we celebrate 30 years of activity. So I could talk about doing something special for maybe a DVD.
We should make a DVD again, but because it's been a while. 10 years since we did the last one. But we're not really nostalgic like that. It's not like we go like, oh yeah, it's been this and this long, now we have to do something special. It's like, it's not really our thing. We'd rather look forward than backwards, But a DVD would be great. But I think one we did in 2008 turned out so well, and I think it was fantastic. It's going to be hard to top it because I love the way that it came out. But we definitely should, and especially with the new lineup and all that, so we should. But we haven't started thinking about it just yet.
And the last question, do you have any other plans, more touring, plans for the summer?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of festivals this summer, some really cool ones. And then we go on tour in September to the States with Amorphis and Moonspell and Omnium Gathering. It's going to be a lot of fun. All of our friends in one crazy tour package.
Great.
And then as I said, Asia and Australia. And then beginning of New Year maybe we'll start thinking about making new music.
Well, I hope so.
I do too.
Well, thanks a lot for this interview. It was my pleasure talking with you. So
You too.
see you to the show.
Absolutely. Cheers.